Hi, I'm Tony Roth, Chief Investment Officer of Wilmington Trust. Welcome to our 2022 Capital Markets Forecast. When the team sat down to write the forecast this year, I couldn't help but think about that great song from the Police from my teen years called Synchronicity. It tells an economic story. It tells the story about a family from early 80s industrial period of Scotland. It tells a story of repetition and dread. And I thought it really provided a great opposition, if you will, to the economic story that we're telling this year in our capital market forecast. We entitled that story, Economic Arrhythmia. Business adapts to global resource disorder. Instead of one family coping with the daily situation, it's really the story of the global economy, the US economy, and how it's reacting in the wake of a generational change, a generational event, which was the pandemic. And it's left permanent changes in our lives and how we live. The first is we're going to delve into exactly what is asynchronous, or where is that arrhythmia in the economy that we're talking about. And what we're going to see is that the labor markets, inflation, supply chains imply a very different stage of the economy than where we actually feel we are today, which is mid-cycle. The second thing that we'll do is we'll look very closely at how businesses are responding to this environment and how, in fact, the businesses that are successful are able to use technology either as a means of communication, as a means of reconfiguring their labor force, as a means of creating automation, increasing efficiency, ultimately increasing productivity, are able to overcome the difficulties of the economic environment, grow their profits, and succeed. And finally, we'll look at where the rubber meets the road, portfolios. We'll look at how we can build portfolios that, on the one hand, take advantage of the growth opportunity that exists in an economic environment where, indeed, we expect growth to be above trend. We expect companies to be able to maximize profit using technology. But on the other hand, how do we balance that against the chance inflation does not settle to a healthy level, but instead remains elevated? We have to hedge against that environment as well, because we don't have a lot of precedent for the economic scenario that we're in today. I invite you all to read our 2022 Capital Markets Forecast.